Start. Yeah? Start.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the road. I've been asked to address you on two issues. The national, where we send our condolences to the family of Professor Kanyihamba, who passed away some hours ago. Professor Kanyihamba is one of the people who was referred to as an expert at constitutional law. And he was a professor not only in Uganda but even in UK. So as FDC, we send our condolences to the family of this son of Uganda, who was very, very useful to Uganda in the constitutional making process. May his soul rest in eternal peace. FDC has been conducting some activities across the country. Some of these programs include the campaigns of our party flag bearers, those who intend to be flag bearers. They have been to many parts of the country, and the exercise is still ongoing. I've been receiving calls to comment on what happened in eastern Uganda, where elders from Teso and Bugisu had a meeting and sat with our prospective candidates, and we are advising them to, one of them step down for the other. As FDC, we welcome those gestures or meetings, which I think is very positive towards uniting our party and guard against any unnecessary frictions. However, those were pieces of advice from the elders of those areas. As a party, the program is still ongoing. if any of those candidates, of the two candidates, takes the advice from the elders and decide to step down, it's a welcome gesture, but that candidate must write to the EC. That's how we do our things in FDC. And inform them accordingly. Then the EC will also act accordingly. But as we stand today, the two candidates are still in the race, and they are continuing with their campaigns across the country. The same week, we had our elections, primary elections in Kasese. If you followed, they were very peaceful. And in these Kasese primary elections, I think it closed off some of the rumors that has been pervading your media spaces, that some of our leaders in FDC in Kasese had decided to go the other side. As I told you, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. They participated in these elections, and some of them were elected as our flag bearers. So those who have been peddling some unwanted rumors should now write properly. The same happened in Mbale. We had our elections of the women, and the elections were very successful. The one who did not succeed congratulated the other and pledged that we are going to go forward. In Kasese, we have our candidate for LC5, Honorable Sibindere Bigogo. The woman MP, our current MP, went through. Kabugo Florence. Bukonjo West, we had Kapsabe Godfrey Atkins. Some of you had written things about him. Bukonjo East, we had Maseruka Sylvestre Caritas. Kasese Municipality, Honorable Centenary. Usongola North, Honorable Nzou William. And Usongola South, Honorable Chigema Alosis. So, Kasese was very powerful. As I told you, we embarked on doing work as opposed to too much talking. We'll be talking about a month or two, and the whole country will believe us that we have been doing some work underground. The other issue which I think I should talk about is the iPod. Because a good number of you are going to ask me about iPod, I'm sure. FDC, if iPod was to be a party, we would have been founder members of iPod. Because we moved to Ghana and many other countries, those days when iPod was like an NGO, and we participated in all activities of iPod. As opposed to what you have been reporting, that FDC was only picking money but not participating. Something which I think is not very fair. But what touches my bad nerve sometimes is that everything now is paid, that you cannot do anything if you don't give it money. Someone sees you on TV and says, hey, whenever he's talking, he's addressing the press, they must be giving him some money. So everything is tagged to money. And this spirit which was in iPod, you people, was not about money. What was happening in Ghana, where this idea came from. Those people fought a lot and reached a stage and said, all of us are Ghanaians. What should we do? The minimum, all of us, and they agree on it. So FDC was participating in all these meetings, except one meeting, the summit. But when we report, said FDC was boycotting all the meetings, it's only the summit. And we did not even boycott. We wrote a letter with all our concerns. On paper, it's not hearsay. If all of you want, I can give you a copy and read this letter. In 2018, they invited us for that summit. After we had discussed a lot of things, and that summit was, some people imported in some other things we are not supposed to decide, to talk about, and we agreed as FDC, cleared before I go for that summit. That's the summit which we did not. That's the summit which we did not go for in Munyonyo. And that summit, one of the heads of the parties was expected at 9 here. You don't get the money if you don't. I think it is a bit callous and cheap. So as FDC, I told you, we participated in all those secretaries' meetings. At first, Honorable Rukunda was representing NRM, you remember? And we did some good job then in iPod. Because one time even we proposed amendments to POMA, which amendments were agreed upon by all the parties. And in the meeting, they decided that NRM, the Prime Minister then, should present these amendments to Parliament. When they are taken to Parliament, the then Prime Minister said, iPod ideas are advisory. They don't bind us. But when you are sitting there, all the parties were there. The Secretary General of NRM, Secretary General of UPC, Secretary General of JEMA, Secretary General of FDC. All of them were there. And we agreed. We thought this would going to be the idea, that whatever concerns all of us, human rights and whatever, we can discuss, and then we present it to the government of the day to implement. So that was the iPod we knew. We did not participate in that summit because of one reason. Some reasons which are, maybe I can read this letter to you, which we wrote back to iPod, showing them our concerns. By then, our party president, on December 5th, 2018, wrote iPod Summit and National Conference. That's the reference. I acknowledge with thanks the receipt of your letter dated. We wish to observe the following. We gave our reasons. But the way it is reported is as if we're just boycotting and then going and picking money, which I think is a bit cheap. We wish to observe the following. We gave our reasons. But the way it is reported is as if we're just boycotting and then going and picking money, which I think is a bit cheap to me. The 4 thematic areas to define the agenda for the period 2019-2021 need thorough discussion within participatory council prior to the summit. This is what we wrote then. It is therefore our considered view that there is inadequate time for us to discuss and agree on the 4 thematic areas stated in your letter before the meeting of 12 December. This was our concern then. As FDC, we believe in a summit that should ratify the decisions from different political parties, meaning that we have to meet first in our council, we agree on the points. By the time we take it to the summit, we don't do it again. The summit just ratifies, looks at the points. If you agree with them, you can advise, but not to start again discussing the summit. But not one that will spend time in detailed discussions, which should be the role of the various party institutions and iPod Council. This is what we wrote there. Some of the thematic areas cited, like enacting the constitutional and electoral reforms, that was 2018. So we are anticipating 2021. We have previously discussed and agreed upon in the Uganda Citizens Compact on free and fair elections, but they have since not been implemented by the ruling National Resistance Movement government. We therefore wonder what has changed to guarantee future compliance to the resolutions of iPod. We agreed on electoral reforms then, but they have not been implemented. Then we are not sure whether what we are going to discuss was going to be implemented. And this was more important, this one, which I'm going to read now. We are troubled by the current hostile political environment. It was obtaining then, but it's still obtaining today. Across the country, especially towards us, that does not offer a conducive environment for the party to actively participate in the summit. Remember the abuses which were there then, which are still there today, like in Kawempe and other areas. This is still obtaining even today. Abuse of human rights, stopping of FDC activities, it was happening then, and the tormenting of our leaders by the relevant authorities are some of the issues that need to be put in order without any further delay. This one did not need even a summit. It should have worked on them before. This, in our view, does not require any discussion sort out. Abuse of human rights did not need any discussion to be put in place. Because it does not make sense to go to a summit and start asking the Mr. President, sir, can you release those prisoners, political prisoners? By the time we got to the summit, this thing should have been done. And the situation is obtaining even up to today. We want us to dialogue with you. Why do you dialogue with you when you are still holding some political prisoners? Release them so that we go on the summit, now discuss as Ugandans, where nobody has something to complain about, which is supposed to be obvious. In view of the above concerns, therefore, as one of the political parties in IPOD, wish to inform you that we will not be participating in the IPOD Summit Conference scheduled to take place on the 12th December 2018, as we believe it will not achieve its purpose. We will be available to dialogue if our concerns are addressed. It is still obtaining today. So the reporting has been a bit not very, maybe you didn't have this information, but now I've given it to you. FDC has been there for dialogue throughout, because we need this country more than anything else. We even need this country more than FDC, because it's our country. Today I may be in FDC, tomorrow I will not be there. So we have never ever failed to discuss in IPOD or to dialogue. But you have not attended the summit because you did not see it very important then, with the reasons I've enumerated here. That was the IPOD then. Now we have a new IPOD here, which has now been taken to Parliament. The purpose we don't know yet, but there's something hidden in it. But as FDC, I told you have that background of those who came in power using force. During those days, when you are fighting for your rights, you look for available avenues to liberate your country. If you want drugs, and drugs are somewhere and you need them and you are in the bush, you have to go and pick them to treat your people. Whether they give them to you or not, but you have to pick them first and do the needful. That's why even our friends in government used to even trade banks to get money to help them. So today as FDC, we know constitutionally and legally we are entitled to the money which comes through EC. And you have to get it because we are entitled to it. It's not something which is they are giving us out of friendship or whatever. It is constitutional. So we get that money, we use it to liberate those people who need liberation at the earliest opportunity, who needed it yesterday. And nobody is going to blackmail us on that one. This money is from the taxpayers, and if you don't use it, someone else is going to use it. The good thing with this money, whenever they give you money, you account for it before they give you the next batch. And FDC has been very good in accountability. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about IPOD.
So in brief, you're asking the commission to release the money that you are entitled to?
Yes, the money must be given to us.
So now that the money is there, you will attend. Is it what you say?
I think that's too cheap to me. I'm sorry to say, because I told you here, we gave reasons why we did not attend. There was no money anywhere in this letter. Did I read any money here? You people were here. It was about dialogue. What are you going to dialogue about? And we are not. And even this IPOD here was not was not formed to attend the summit only. Summit is the apex. As board of directors in a company, they can even meet once in every 5 years. Is it not, Mr. Ray? They don't meet on a day basis. But these people working every day, they meet. That's why in a council, we have never missed any council. Check it out with them, with the iPod secretary. They have never missed any council meetings. The summit we did not attend, and we gave reasons. It's not that we ran away, and we did not mention any man that we did give us our money. That's why we didn't attend. It's not anywhere. So it's not about money, sir. People who are bringing money in everything I'm getting sick about it because it is delaying the whole country. Even the elections now, if you don't have money, you cannot participate. It is killing everything. So, Mr. Ray, we know if the situation which is obtaining is like this, we write again and we tell them we are not going to attend because of ABC. If they clear these points here, the points which are obtaining at that particular time, we will attend. All meetings. And we have never refused to attend.
But just for clarity, is the boycott still on as of FDC?
We have never boycotted completely iPod. What we did not agree, we had our concerns. Even when we did not sign the MOU, we had our concerns. And if those concerns are rectified, there's no reason why we should not attend on our own baby, which we created ourselves, iPod.
Implying the boycott still stands.
What do you mean?
The idea that...
Maybe I don't understand the meaning of the word boycott.
Boycott is absconding for a reason. You absconded for a reason.
Yes.
You had concerns of human rights abuses,
Yes.
and the shrinking political space.
Yes.
And you said we are not going to attend based on that reason.
Yeah.
And now I'm asking you, does your position still stand?
Which position now? Of not attending. If those things are not...
Shrinking political space.
Yes.
The expression is still the same.
Yeah, of course it still stands. If they continue abusing people, then you got to attend to do what? If they are abuses, human rights abuses. We tell them now this is the basic minimum. And all the council meetings, of course, you have to attend. Because these are what we discussed and we agree on what should go up there. But you cannot just go there, just to go and shake hands and take some good tea, because a good number of us can afford to buy the best tea, which State House even cannot afford to give us. Can go to Serena and take some nice tea.
So am I right to take it that you will not attend the summit? I mean, looking with Museveni, but you need the money.
This iPod is not about Museveni. Even seconds. It's not about President Museveni. President Museveni attends iPod as a leader of NRM, not as a president of Uganda. It's not about President Museveni. In fact, we should not narrow it to that level, sincerely. We are reducing Ugandans to just small, cheap people that where Museveni is now, when you are there, then you become important. No, it's about all parties. All parties are equal. PPP has one MP, but is equal to FDC, it is equal to NRM, as far as iPod is concerned. And this is about Uganda, not the person of President Museveni. President Museveni is one of the members of the summit, but not the majority member, because he's alone. He's representing a party. All the others are the majority, in fact. He's the minority, President Museveni, there. So it's not about President Museveni. If we reduce it to that, then you are not having a country sincere. Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Moses Kedarach. I work with Kampala Report. Mine is outside iPod. Any thoughts of joining coalition with other political parties?
Why don't you ask me that question later after we have handled iPod is okay with everybody?
No, for me, you have not well articulated the issues I raised. You only responded with dissatisfaction the way I asked the question, but I would kindly request that you articulate the issue because I wanted to...
Can you ask again, sir? Maybe I didn't get it properly.
You have clearly stated that the boycott still stands, and I was just getting clarity.
I think that conclusion
the
is
still
too...
stands, but you need the funding. as FDC?
Maybe I grew up in a family where it's not about needing even the funding. FDC started here without any funding from government, and we are comfortable with it. But if we're entitled to the money, it's supposed to be given to us. Because you have to grow the party, and we are not growing this party here. We are not growing this party here for ourselves. We are growing it for Uganda. That's why the parliament decided that political parties should be given some assistance to develop parties which are on that standard. But you cannot reduce it that you are going to attend because you need the money. Mr. Ruing, that one for me, as a person, it reduces me to a nothing, sincerely. That because of some small money, you want me to bend down and go and talk to President Museveni because of money? And this money here does not belong to President Museveni. The money belongs to the country, taxpayer. And the taxpayer is the one who we are supposed to serve. And if the money is given for that purpose, even the Auditor General will come in to look at your accounts, because you must spend that money to grow the party. And it is not free money. It is conditional money. You must use it properly. So this business of connecting it together, that you are going to meet, you are going to come to the summit because of ABCD, we shall act when you reach that bridge. If one believes that you have to meet only President Museveni to get this money, that will be a different issue. But the summit is going to be there. If all these concerns, like those, if they satisfy these concerns here, we would have gone to that summit. There's nothing wrong with going to the summit. But we must be sure we are going to discuss things which are going to help the country, not just to talk and enjoy those air-conditioned rooms. No, sir. But that issue, the way you are over-putting it, that boycott, we have never boycotted in the real sense of just, I'm not coming there. We have to find reasons why we did go there. I don't know, the word boycott is too strong in this context. Hello? Yes, sir.
My name is Moses Kedayot. I want to ask, your sister parties are joining coalitions and make sure they challenge the status quo. Is there any plan by FDC to join an opposition party to field one candidate for next year's election?
Well, I can tell you, if this is a party, we must go through the process of looking for our candidates, even looking for our presidential candidate. After that, in case any party, or we desire to work together with any party, all of us will bring our candidates on the table, and we sit and we agree who to front, whoever has more support nationally. That one we can do. Whoever is interested, and if you're also interested. But as a party, we are duty bound to field the candidates on all positions in Uganda.
Do you think that makes the opposition a bit weak? Because if there's a divided opposition, it gives advantage to the sitting government.
But now if we sat together without even bringing our candidates, all of us, don't you think it's be more difficult for you to look for candidates when about 20 parties are there and you have not gone through the process of sieving them? Don't you think it is easier if you brought all your candidates after you have gone through the vetting process, elections and what have you, you present them, and then you sit and agree accordingly?
Just over the weekend, the president was saying that when he left DP died. So he said DP is nothing without him. So there is that talk of meddling in opposition parties by government. What do you have to say about it?
The party, you have to fight against all obstacles. If you are going to start a party in Uganda, you know you are not going to start a party fighting a government and the government does not fight back. Or other parties don't fight back. So what makes a party strong is its ability to resist all attacks from all directions. So if President Museveni comes and takes over your party, then that's your business. Then you are weak. So his comment, whether it is true or not, I don't want to, because I didn't hear it. I didn't listen to him. Whatever he said is what telling me. But the issue is, a party must be strong to guard against all attacks from all sides. Yes, sir.
Sister political party, the NUP, they said they are fundraising in order to get money, whereby even if they don't get this money, they can survive. Are we seeing FDC having something like that?
FDC has been doing fundraising in its own way since its inception. This small money came later. Even this iPod money, call it iPod. EC money, it is EC government money. It's not even a quarter of what we need. Not even a tenth of what we need in our campaigns. So, always we have been trying to fundraise from many sources. So this money is even very little, you people, for the party. You go for a presidential election, someone gives you, say, 5 billion. What is 5 billion for presidential elections? It's nothing. It looks big money in figures, but for a presidential election, you know what it means. So I've been fundraising, sir. Whether we get this money or not, we move. Yes, madam.
Opposition has this say that about 2 days or 1 day ago, they said that the reason as to why there are many political parties that are upcoming is because the president is looking up to separating what's of opposition. As FDC, what do you have to say about this?
Sometimes I don't want to blame someone who tries to give you money to separate you. If you are not strong, even the wind will take you. So I don't want to speculate on why they are forming their parties or not. Some of them have been there, they're just being revived. But what's more important, if you start your party, build the foundation, should be strong to resist all types of floods or whatever. So those small parties, I don't know. But maybe they have not gotten the money to get where they are supposed to get. That's why they are still small. But they can become big the following day. NURP was nearly not known by anybody except the owners. But it gave birth, no. I don't think it's extraordinarily strong, weak now. No. But those days, NURP, nobody knew about it. So sometimes you may think this is a small party, but you can bring a very good ideology and people run to that party. Overnight, it will be a very strong party. So I don't want to talk ill of our brothers and sisters with their parties. Let them be, let them exist. That's the democracy we are fighting for. But make sure you hold on to the people you have as a party. Let others also be and take whatever they can take. If those Ugandans are so weak that they can run to all parties just because President Museveni wants them, then that's their choice. You can't do anything about it. And they are adults. What we are doing in FDC, we are concerned about our party now. Consolidating and expanding. And we are doing it very well. Not in the press, but practically on the ground. And we are going to see what will come out of these elections. Remember that rhetoric which we had then, when ANT had just separated from us. FDC is finished. 25 MPs have gone to ANT. 9 remained, but ANT did not return any MP. Unfortunately. But wherever we had MPs, we grew another one and took over. That's what we are going to do today. Some people who left FDC, you will never see them again in Parliament. Some, a good number. Because we know what to do, and our support is not here where I'm talking. It's on the ground. And it's there. You have tested it, you people. And I pray you report about us positively. Not positively, as it is. But don't choose only one small thing and then report to that one. Someone who sees elections in Kasese, that one doesn't want to talk about it at all. If we see some small fighting somewhere, say, FDC they are fighting. My God. Thank you very much. Ndeko mu Luganda ndobuze. Yes, sir. Luganda ngenda kufunza. Pate FDC etuusa okusaasira kwayo eri family ya Professor Kanyehamba eyatuvudde ku maaso emabega kawo. Professor Kanyehamba buli omwadde akimanyi ti omu ku bakugu be twali tulina ab'amaanyi ennyo mu bigambo ebikwatagana n'amateeka era ne ssemateeka. Era mujjukira mu biseera bye yakola omulimu munene nnyo okulaba nga tukola constitution gye tulina olwaleero. Yali akulembera n'akakiiko twayitanga Legal and Drafting Committee. Naye tumusubiddwa Katonda amuyise, tusabira family egume ne Katonda amuwe ekiwummulo eky'emirembe. Ensonga ey'okubiri, ekibiina kya FDC kibadde kitambula Uganda yonna nga kinoonya abakulembeze betugenda okusimbamu mu bifo ebyenjawulo. Tutambudde Uganda era tukyatambula wadde ebiseera twali tubikola mu kasirise, naye ebibala bitandise okuvaayo kubanga abalabye ebyadde e Kasese twawaddeyo abantu bangi abaagala okwesimbawo buli kifo, naye nga tulina okulondako omwomu. Era baatudde ne beerondamu abantu abagenda okwesimbawo, era abagenda okwesimbawo LC5 tulina Mukulu Sibendire Bigogo, omukyala Kabugo Florence yewabakyala MP w'abakyala, Bukonjo West tulina Katusabe Godfrey Atkins, Bukonjo East tulina Maseruka Sylvest, Kasese Municipality tulina Sentinel Robert, Busongola North Nzowu Williams yayiseemu ne Busongola South Kigema Aloysius. Abakulu bano bonna abamu baali batandise bawandiikako nti baatuvaako, naye ndowooza nabagamba munnange ekiswaza omugagga. Kakati abaali babyogera ndowooza kakati balabye nti baali boogera tebyali bituufu, bakyali naffe. Era bonna balondeddwa n'Embale era twakoze omulimu gwe gumu, Mbale City okulonda kwatambudde bulungi. Era mwawuliddeko mu kitundu ky'Embale eyo abakulembeze abavudde Teso, bano bakulembeze ate bantu bakulu mu kibiina ne mu myaka be bawabula ekibiina, baatudde abava Teso ne Bugisu ne bakubaganyamu ku birowoozo ku bakulu ababiri twaba okusimbawo kuba pulezidenti kwesimbawo kuba pulezidenti wa Uganda, Honorable Amuriat ne Honorable Nandala Mafabi. Bwe baatuddemu ne bagamba nti bandibadde basaba omu ku basimbyewo alekere munne ekintu kino kitwanguyire, kubanga obululu buno olumu bulina engeri gye butukuubakuuba ne tujjamu enjawukana ezimu ze twandifunye, naye bwebanga bo bakkiriza omu aveemu tutandike okutunda omu mu bwangu ekisoboka. Abakulu bano kye bakoze bakikoze ku lwa kibiina era tukyaniriza, naye nga FDC akakiiko ak'ebyokulonda ko mu mateeka kakyagenda mu maaso n'okulaba nti abakulu bano bagenda bakampeyininga tulondeko omu bwe baba batuuse ku lunaku olw'okulonda nga bakyali babiri. Naye banaabanga bagoberedde enteesa y'abakulu bano ab'ettesa abamu n'ab'ebugisu n'abalala bayinza okugoberera omu n'ava, tukyagenda mu maaso wadde bino twabiwulidde ne kuwa amagezi bano beesimbyewo. Ensonga ey'okubiri ebibadde byogerwako ennaku zino ekitongole kino ekitugatta ffenna kye bayita iPod. Luli twakirina iPod eno nga teri mu mateeka ga Uganda. There's something I repeat in English I forgot. Nga teri mateeka ga Uganda, ng'eno kyeyagalire ajjamu yakola ki, oyo ogendamu n'atagendamu, kuba ffe twakiteesaako tukiteekewo tuwuliziganye wadde ffenna tulina ebibiina byanjawulo naye ffenna ekisinga otugatta Uganda ate Uganda naye tuba ffenna tugenda kati nga mupiira mulina okuteekawo amateeka ge mugoberera nga buli mutagamenya musobole okutambuza omupiira bulungi era kyekyateesawo gundi eno iPod twogerezeganye ku bitukwatako ng'eggwanga naye si kwogera ate ffe tufunemu bye twagala ng'abantu tukolere ebibiina byaffe era kyova olaba enkiiko nyingi nnyo FDC emabega eri yazibeeragamu ne bateesa ku bintu ebiyamba eggwanga olumu mujjukira twateesa ku tteeka lino bateera bayita poma twali aliyigiriza nnyo abantu era ne tuleeta n'ennongoosereza ze balina okukolamu ebibiina oluvannyuma byayitamu naye twabiteesanga naye nga mu biseera ebyo mukulu Lugunda yali akulira n'ekisayidi ya NRM Honorable Lugunda ne tukkiriziganya ku bitulina okukola ffenna ng'amateeka olumu nga tubitwala mu paalamenti nga gavumenti erina obiteeka ne bifuuka amateeka ebimu ne bigaana naye enkola gye twateekawo okulaba ntwogerezeganya tubeere nga tutegera muzannyo tuguzannya tutya teri azannya bubi tazazanyisa makuuli kyekyateesawo iPod eno naye ennaku zino ekiruma nti buli omu agifudde nga akatongole akali awo kalina okugaba ssente kyekitumalamu amaanyi fe abamu iPod yali ku bya ssente okusooka ebyakulaba tukozeddwa okutwala eggwanga lyaffe mu maaso bino byayanjiramu luvannyuma nti gavumenti yasalawo gamba nti buli ebibiina ebiteekemu ssente ntonotono bikulaakulane kyayita mu paalamenti naye nga si ensonga yateesawo iPod lwakuba ennaku zino buli omu kyaliko ssente kinyiiza n'okunyiiza mu butuufu naye yeyo embeera ya Uganda kati bweri yetulina okulwanyisa okuzzaayo era ffe omulundi ogumu tetwagenda kuteesa ng'era badde kitambuzibwa mu bantu FDC yajjanga nga teteesa naye nga yituuka ku ssente ezinona ssente zino si za kutuyamba buyambi si za muntu nti atuyamba n'azituwa ssente za ggwanga era ezayisibwa paalamenti era n'olukungaana lwetutatuulamu iPod FDC byaffe biri mu biwandiiko evala nina n'ebbaluwa yiino ya 2018 bwe twagiwandiikira naye kati mubiteesako lwabimulaba abamu babiteesako ng'ebipya nadde neewuunya 2018 twawandiika ebbaluwa eno waliwo olukungaana olw'abakulembeze ab'ebibiina ab'oku ntikko ekyomukisa omubi tomu ku bakulembeze ate ye pulezidenti wa Uganda ate kati mu Uganda bateekawo ogundi etiisa oli wasembera kumbi ne pulezidenti wa Uganda ndoza bagenze kukungayo ke bamuwa naye ku luno kyali nti ebibiina omukulembeze wakyajja n'ateesa ne bakulembeze banne tunatambuza tutya eggwanga tunatambuza tutya ebibiina byaffe ekyateesawo summit si kufunirayo ssente era gundi yateesawo gundi summit tewali baali bakitadde nti eno summit egy'okusalangawo oba mufuna ssente oba temufuna naye kaakati ffe tetwagenda mu lukuŋŋaana olumu kyebadde batusibako ebbanga lino lyonna naye twawandiika ensonga zaffe netubawandiika ne tubagamba olukuŋŋaana lutugenda kubeerawo twandibadde tumaze okukkiriziganya ku nsonga zetugenda okuteesa mu lukuŋŋaana era olukuŋŋaana lwaba board of directors abakulu abasembayo mu pati manya mu ggwanga mu bibiina waggulu baba bateesa ku bintu tebateesa ku bino bya buli lunaku bateesa ensonga ze muyisizzaawo ne muzibatwalira ne bazitunuulira ne bagamba nti eno ntuufu neeno tugende mu maaso kati kwolofu twabagamba nti okugenda mu summit eyo twali tetwetegese ensonga zino tuziyisizaamu kimala ensonga ziyisibwamu tuba twalira bali kugenda kutiikinga leadership saawa ng'emu nga bamaze olukuŋŋaana naye kyali tekinabakolera ensonga eyokubiri twali tukumaze mu biseera ebyo okuteesa ku mateeka agafuga ebyokulonda atwagala gakyusibwemu kakati ng'ekyo twakimala dda era nga kiwandiika naye nga bano ate batugamba tuddemu ate tubiteese nga tubagala twali twonona ebiseera bwe twamala edda okuteesa bakiteeke buteesi muki mu nkola nga mbaga nti lugundo olumu era abakulembera ne tubiyisaamu ne tukkiriziganya ffenna twakkiriziganya 100 ku 100 naye iPod yo neoba omunya agaanye ensonga teyitamu mulina okukkiriziganya 100 ku 100 teri byakuvootingamu iPod nti fe tusinza amaanyi you must agree all of you 100%. Era ensonga zitwazikkiriziganyangako n'ab'NRM bennyini bakkiriziganya tukyuse mu mateeka naye wetwatuuka mu maaso tebazigoberera ensonga ezimu ezatugana okugenda eri ensonga endala gye twagamba mu biseera ebyo nti tetuyinza gamba tugenda kuteesa ng'abakulembeze naddala tulinganga bagenda okuzannya ng'embeera mu ggwanga esobola okutereezebwa gavumenti eriko tetugenda okuteesa ng'abantu abagunjufu nti abaana bonna wakyaliwo abantu bakyakuba bannaabwe emboko abaana baffe bonna bakyali mu makomera bonna bandibadde bateebwa tetugenda okuteesa ku byeggwanga nga tuli ku bino bintu butono kitwabandike tubagamba kikyatuganda okugenda mu miitingi eyo ng'embeera eri mu ggwanga tewaliiza muntu kugenda kuteesa oli mutabani wa musibidde eri emmanju naye aga ajja tugende tuteese ku birala tuteese genda kulya ku mmere ekyolwaleero naye ng'eri mutabani wa mukoze eki toyinza kuteesa bulungi nga mutabani wa ali mmanju wa musibi sincere kibyatugana okugenda okukola ki okuteesa mu biseera ebyo ku ssaawa eno oli nabaga tewali tteeka aliteeka balitadde muki mu palamenti abadde batunulira enye ekya sente naki sente FDC sente ziba nga zijja ku FDC nga zivaamu treasury ey'eggwanga za muwi wa musolo ate ng'etteeka ligamba mulina ozifuna balina okuzituula simple tetulina nakiteesaako ekyo was already past kyayisibwa dda mu tteeka ekyo kiba bwe kityo ate saagala oli alowooze nti ogenda kuteesa mu ipod bagiterawo kuteeseza president Museveni ipod tebaira nko ya president Museveni naye ajjamu nga memba but alinaku kataaga kaliti kati president wa ggwanga naye ajjamu nga memba mu ipod tajjamu nga wagenda mu cabinet oba ekkololo ku address nga state of nation address wali ajjanga memba ayenkana ne banne mu ipod
Please go ahead and the clarification in Uganda where you indicate that you're not going, the position still stands, and until those issues there in the letter of 2018 is addressed, you cannot still go.
No, I'm not. FDC is not pegging. It's
Uganda. Yes, but
Uganda.
Explaining it,
Okay.
the public would like to understand.
Yes. FDC tegenda mu lukuŋŋaana luno ng'esinzira ku bino ebyedda ebyali bye twawandiika luli. Eno iPod mpya era tujja kusinzira ku mbeera eneebeerawo ku ssaawa eyo okulaba oba kyetaagisa okugenda mu lukuŋŋaana bwe kikyetaagisa. Tujja kusobola okusinzira ku mbeera eneebeera ki eneebeerawo. Ensonga zino ezaatuganda ezimu bwe ziba nga bwe ziri olwaleero bwe tuba tubuzeewo wiiki bbiri atubagende nti abantu bonna bonna abaana abasiibwa bate ne babata ate tusobagamba nti ate ekyali nsonga baba bagiggyewo kati ffe tusuubira nti ensonga zonna zonna nga yetwazoogerako luli ipod eno empya gye bagamba ejja kubanga ezikola ki eziteeka mu nkola tugende okugenda okuteesa ffenna nga bannayuganda bannayuganda bayita mu bibiina byaffe okubakiikirira ensonga zonna zonna ez'okuteesaako tugenda okuziteesaako nga ffenna buli omu ali atipa nga teri muntu anyigirizibwa eddembe ly'omuntu wali alirinyirira byonna byonna nga biteredde tetugana nko okuteesa naye lwakuba twalina ensonga ezo era zirina okukola ki okukolebwako n'olwaleero wabeera abalinyira eddembe ly'obuntu nga byadde kawempe naki ebyonna byonna tubitunuulira si byakusaaga kuba baba bateekawo embeera eno embi ekosa bannayuganda bonna ffe tulirede okugenda n'omuntu yenna singa ebintu ebyo byonna byonna biba biterezeddwa olwaleero naye tetugamba tukyali ku position eri ya 2018 no way tujja kusinzira embeera eriwo era tujja okusalirawo accordingly. It's okay?
So help me on the other very comment of the political parties in Uganda.
In Uganda, the more chimuza anti nachiera bidde.
The opposition was saying that the president is responsible. They allege that the president is responsible for the rise of these political parties.
It's okay. Abamu badde babuuza nti ng'ebibiina ebirala bimeruse bingi nnyo bayinza okuba waliwo abiteekamu ssente okujja ffe nga FDC ebyo tebitukwatako nnyo ekitukwatako kuzimba FDC ebeere y'amaanyi omuyaga naye guba nga guzze nga gwenkanawa guleme gisendawo ebibiina ebirala ebijja bizinensi zaabwe baba basobola okuteekamu ssente ogende obeere ng'oli munafu sawuliyo ffe FDC tuzimba FDC era ffe ku ssaawa eno tuzimba pate y'FDC nga ngumu ate tulina okitegeera pate zonna titoyinza kubeera awo ng'olina gw'ovuganya naye n'atakulwanyisa kussa wansi NRM wetatulwanyisa eba tekola era tulwanyisa etuteeke ku ttaka kuba yagala kuyitawo ate kati ffe ngaffe tetusobola kuddawo tukaabe tigundi atulwanyisa bwati olina kukola nawe n'omulwanyisa n'omuzza eri omuwangule tojja kuwangula muntu yenna yenna ng'okaabakaaba kati nze oba bazze bameka ebyo byabwe tebitukwatako abamu bajja kujja n'okujja babenga abatwala abantu mu bbanga lino n'emyezi ebiri gijja ojja tandika obbawulira nga bazzeyo gye bakola ki tebawulira ko bana abamu abaali bazze ku FDC nga bagyekaniikirirako abantu abamu n'olabanga abagenzi ewaabwe Katonga babano babalonze Kasese tebabalonze Kasese atuukayo n'alaba ddamu bano kyebali boogera ntitwamba si kituufu n'akomawo zine pate ementwalako abantu abamu olwaleero mu myezi ebiri ojja kulaba nga bakomawo nga balaba nti eno pate mumu tulina okuddayo wa eka ate oluggi olwaffe luggule akomawo tumwandiriza kuba tuyitaaga bantu n'abava mu NRM bonna bonna kana kagenda batawaanya kano primaries zaabwe tubalinze abaana bava mu bibiina ebirala nabyo byonna byonna nga tebakkiriziganyiriza eyo nga waffe basobola okutuukiriza enkola eyaffe tubalinze bajje ewaffe naye tetujja kudda kutunuulya gundi yakoze ekibiina gundi ebyo byabwe naye tekijja ku weekending opposition mu Uganda abantu abaagala okukyusa embeera eriwo ku ssaawa eno bulina kubeeyongera obungi kyolina okukola nga pate kulaba nti oteekawo obukulembeze obwetaagisa bayingire buwo enyawo ate tonyooma nga bwebiina butono nga bembadde nkugamba olaba akabiina nogaa nti waliwo akabiina baali bakayita NURP nga terina omwakamanyi okugjako abakatandika naye sebe emabegendo bagenda bakayingiramu bekafuuka nuupu kafuuka kirala tomanya ensigo evaamu omutwe ogusinga obunene kaba katono nnyo bwe kati tebanga ensigo y'omuyembe twala ti nene nnyo naye omuti gwevaamu si munene kwenkana ate muvule gulina akakundi bwe kati sente zonna twasondanga nsonde mu ngeri yafula kuba obu tetwagiteekanga ku mpewo naye ne ku ssaawa eno sente ezisinga obungira zaabwe tujja kuzisonda kuno obusente obuva mu electoral commission butono tebusobola kutambuza kintu kyakuna kya Uganda butono nnyo nno kati tulina okunoonya sente era ezinakola ki zinatambuza akalulu era n'akalulu akawerire sente 99 ku 100 fe twazesonde era tujja zisonda wadde tuyinza obutakolawo mukolo gwakutandika kusonda kuba gulina kutusonda naye wali watuweereza sente wesijja kwogera kuba tiyatikiriza kwogera.
Just to follow up, as FDC, are you satisfied with the state of human rights and governance today? I remember the way your points of objection by 2018.
Yes.
How is it like today?
We are not satisfied at all because you see you have even political prisoners in jail. It does not matter any Ugandan as long as you are put in prison, irrespective of which party. As long as you are in prison for political reasons, you should be out of prison today. That's our stand. And we don't even support anybody who tortures any Ugandan. Those are some of the things you cannot even discuss. Like it was in Kawempe, some people have been, even these drones and what have you. We are against it as FDC. And we have worked against it for a long time, since our inception. And our position has never changed until we never ever change, as far as abuse of human rights is concerned. So we can't be satisfied, sir. I mean, we cannot just look away when some people's rights are being abused. We will never, as FDC. Because today it may be you, it may be someone, but tomorrow it may be you. Some of those people, nobody knew in 1989, when Dr. Besigye was still a minister, that one day he may be in Ruzira. If you told anybody then, he would have slapped you. Nobody knew that someone can stop Amama Mbabazi, that powerful minister then, on the way. Nobody knew they could. So, if we are sharp and bright, what you should do, fight for others before it comes to you. So that's our principle in FDC. Whenever there is any abuse of human rights, please go and fight. And all our lawyers are available even to give pro bono services to anybody irrespective of which party.
You're done?
Yes. Okay. Uganda. It's okay.